I've always been the kind of person who tracks every dollar, down to the spare change in the cup holder. Not because I'm controlling, but because it gives me peace. Numbers always made sense to me. They're clean, orderly, and predictable, unlike some people, and unlike my husband, Eric. I scrolled through our bank statement one evening, my Friday night ritual for the past 5 years. With a glass of wine beside me and a spreadsheet open, I was categorizing our spending into neat little boxes. Mortgage, utilities, groceries, savings, everything was in place. Then I noticed something weird. A $380 withdrawal that didn't fit any category. I took a sip of wine, the tartness lingering on my tongue as I stared at the screen. One transaction that wasn't our usual pattern of smaller purchases. It was just one clean slice out of our account that didn't add up. The kitchen smelled of garlic and olive oil as Eric chopped vegetables for dinner. His dark hair fell across his forehead in that way that still made my heart skip, even after all these years. Hey, did you make a big purchase recently? There's a $380 withdrawal from the card ending with 12. His knife paused mid-chop just for a second before resuming its rhythm against the cutting board. Probably just gas and groceries. Why? It was one transaction. Not multiple small ones. Maybe I filled up the tank and grabbed some stuff at the store the same day. He shrugged without looking up. It's from a place I don't recognize. The chopping stopped. Eric's shoulders tensed beneath his t-shirt. Why are you interrogating me like I'm on trial, Luna? The shift in his tone sent a chill down my spine. I'm not interrogating you. I'm asking about our shared account. Like I always do. He slammed the knife down. You're always so paranoid. Just because you're the budget person doesn't mean I need to report every little thing I do. His words hung between us, sharp and unfamiliar. In 5 years, he'd never spoken to me like that. Since when is asking about a $380 expense being paranoid? Just drop it, okay? He swept the onions into the sizzling pan. Not everything needs your approval. That night, I lay awake beside him, listening to his steady breathing. The Eric I knew wouldn't hide spending. He wouldn't snap at me for asking. But maybe the Eric I knew wasn't real? Morning arrived with no resolution. We had both taken the day off, me for a salon appointment and him for what he called a mental health day. Eric moved around the kitchen making coffee like nothing had happened, like he hadn't revealed a crack in our foundation. Don't forget we're switching cars today, he said, sliding a mug toward me. Your appointment is at 4, right? I nodded. I'll clean yours out before I take it. The morning dragged by. I couldn't focus on anything or stop thinking about his reaction. While Eric watched TV in the living room, I called my sister from the bedroom. Am I crazy, Jen? He acted like I accused him of murder. People get weird about money, darling, she said. But defensiveness usually means something's up. By the time Eric announced he was going to take a shower that afternoon, my stomach was in knots. I grabbed the registration from the kitchen drawer and headed to his car. The interior smelled like coffee and that woodsy cologne he'd worn since college. I opened the glove compartment to put the papers away. That's when I saw it. A crumpled receipt, partially hidden beneath the manual. I shouldn't have looked. Some part of me knew that. But I did anyway, only to freeze in disbelief. $379.89. Stroller plus car seat combo from Tiny Treasures. My hands turned ice cold. We didn't have a baby, weren't expecting one, and we weren't even trying. Tiny Treasures. The baby boutique in Ridgewood Heights. 10 minutes from where his coworker Rachel lived. Rachel. Pretty, pregnant Rachel who I'd met once at the company holiday party. Who Eric had mentioned was doing it all on her own. The pieces clicked together with sickening clarity. I hurried back inside, heart hammering against my ribs. The shower was still running. I grabbed Eric's phone from the nightstand, surprised to find it unlocked. He must have been checking something before his shower. My fingers shook as I scrolled through his contacts. There she was. Rachel. I saved the number to my phone, returned his, and slipped outside to the backyard. 3 rings before she answered. Hello? Rachel? This is Luna. Eric's wife. Silence stretched between us. I heard her intake of breath. I know this is strange, but I need to talk to you. It's important. And please don't mention this call to Eric. More silence, then, okay. When? Today? Cloudside's Cafe at 4. I'll be there. The call ended, and I stood frozen on the lawn, trying to breathe through the panic rising in my chest. The cafe buzzed with the afternoon crowd. I spotted Rachel immediately, honey blonde hair, a blue sweater stretched over her round belly. 7, maybe 8 months along. She didn't smile when I sat down. I wasn't sure if I should come, she said, hands wrapped protectively around her mug. I pulled out the receipt and placed it between us. I found this in Eric's car. Her eyes widened slightly as she read it, then her face fell. Oh God. Rachel, why is my husband buying you a stroller? She looked up, confusion etched across her features. Your husband? Eric told me you two were separated. That you moved out months ago. The world seemed to tilt beneath me. What? He said you were in denial about the divorce. That he was just helping you transition while he found his own place. He's been staying with me 3 nights a week for months. My throat closed up, and I couldn't speak. And suddenly, it all clicked. Every client trip, every last-minute flight, and every time he said, "Don't wait up." He wasn't working late. He was here, with her. He said he dreamed of being a father. Her hand moved to her belly. That he would move in before the baby arrives. We've been married 5 years, I snapped. I live with him. Every day. How could he? Rachel's eyes filled with tears. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know I was the other woman. You weren't. You were just another woman he lied to. She pushed her untouched tea away. What do we do now? Something hardened inside me. We make sure he never gets the chance to lie to either of us again. That evening, I was eerily calm as I packed an overnight bag. Eric lounged on the couch, scrolling through his phone. Where are you going? My sister's. Just overnight. He barely looked up. Right. Drive safe. No goodbye kiss. No, I'll miss you. Just eyes glued to his screen, probably texting her. The next morning, I texted Rachel, "It's time." Her response came immediately, "He's coming for brunch at 11. Said he has a surprise for me." Me, so do we. I arrived at her cozy townhouse at 10:30 a.m. She opened the door looking pale but determined. I wrapped the stroller, she said, pointing to a large box with a bow in her living room. Figured we might as well use it. We didn't talk much as we waited. She made tea neither of us drank. I straightened the already straight silverware on her dining table. At 11:05, a key turned in the lock. Ratch? Eric's voice called out. Where's my beautiful girl? I bought cinnamon rolls from. He froze in the doorway, paper bag clutched in one hand, staring at me sitting at the table. Luna? What are you? His eyes darted from me to Rachel, then to the wrapped box beside us. Hi, honey, I said softly. Surprise. The color drained from Eric's face. This isn't. I can explain. Please do, Rachel snapped. Explain how you're living with your wife while telling me you're separated. Or explain this, I added, sliding the receipt across the table. A $380 stroller that mysteriously disappeared from our account. Eric set down the bag, his hands visibly shaking. You both need to understand, this is a complicated situation. Actually, it's quite simple, I said. Are there any other women that have your babies? He flinched. This is an ambush. You're twisting everything. No one's twisting anything, Eric, Rachel hissed. There's been some emotional confusion, he stammered. I never meant to hurt either of you. I stood up, exhausted. That's the thing about lies, Eric. You don't get to control who they hurt. Luna, please, he reached for me, but I stepped back. We're done. I'll be getting a lawyer. You can stay with Rachel if she'll have you. Rachel crossed her arms. I won't. Eric's face contorted. You can't just. Yes, we can, Rachel interrupted. The lease is in my name. I want you to leave. Now. But the baby. We'll have a father who pays child support, she finished. Nothing more until I can trust you again. Eric looked between us, the mask finally slipping to reveal the panicked man beneath. You're making a mistake. No, I said, picking up my purse. The mistake was thinking you were the man you pretended to be. The weeks that followed were a blur of paperwork and tears. I moved in with my sister, filed for divorce, and built walls around what remained of my heart. Eric called daily at first, texts ranging from apologetic to angry. I blocked his number. 1 month after brunch, my phone lit up with an unknown number. Hi. It's Rachel. Hope it's okay if I text you. This is my new number. I hesitated before responding. It's fine. How are you? 8 months pregnant and surprisingly okay. Wanted to let you know Eric's been trying to win me back. Claiming he's changed. I felt a twinge of something, not jealousy, but concern. And? I told him the only relationship we'll have involves a parenting plan and child support payments. Good for you. I just wanted to say thank you. For telling me the truth before it was too late. Before I built a life on his lies. I stared at her message, thinking about the woman I'd been just weeks ago, so sure of my marriage and so blind to the cracks. We both deserved better. I replied. That evening, I sat on my sister's balcony watching the sunset paint the sky in shades of hope. The pain was still there, raw and real, but something else was growing alongside it. Freedom and strength. Eric had shattered what we built, but he hadn't broken me. And in the wreckage of his lies, I found an unexpected truth. Sometimes losing what you thought you had makes room for what you truly deserve. Tomorrow would be another day of rebuilding. But for now, I raised my glass to the setting sun, to endings that make way for new beginnings, and to the power of women who refuse to settle for beautiful lies. Write in the comments what would you have done and subscribe to our channel D-Damn Mix.